You are watching the DocTalk show.
Another thing is you may actually vomit a bit of blood, and people generally get very scared when they see blood. So this is mainly for the sharp or the penetrating foreign bodies, like the fish bones, the chicken bones, and the vomiting of blood can also happen because someone has attempted to remove the foreign body. So initially it may be something blunt, like a coin, and then an adult attempts to remove with the finger, but this is very, or with a spoon, or with the fork, or especially as mothers, we tend to be very courageous and we try all sorts of things, even in an attempt to save your child's life. But you may actually end up causing more trauma or injury to this patient.
How does it occur? Like, how would that, if you're attempting to save the child and to remove it?
First of all, it's something already scary to the child, and you're also most times in a state of panic. Okay? So this child will try to fight, and our throats are full of reflexes. We've talked about the coughing, we've talked about, so even when in an attempt to try and remove this foreign body, you end up injuring the areas within the mouth. So someone may present to hospital with bleeding, either because of the foreign body or as a complication of the foreign body.
We are discussing the issue of foreign bodies lodged within the nose or throat, and with me are the ENT specialists, Dr. Umar and Dr. Angelica. So Dr. Umar will be showing us a brief demonstration of the possible sites where a foreign body could be lodged.
You are watching the DocTalk show.
Is this a demonstration? It's just meant to show you where these foreign bodies, both in the nose and the airway, could be, from nose, airway, and the throat, could be logged. So this is a small description. So as you may see, this is the nasal cavity, the entirety of it up to around here. So foreign bodies usually log at about this point. You can see these ridges, they represent what we call turbinates, which are muscle-like structures with bones inside them, and they usually create resistance to foreign bodies going further inside. So this is the commonest logging area within the nasal cavity. And as you may see, we talked about the nasopharynx. This is the area. We usually don't have so many foreign bodies logging at about this space, but this is the throat. This is where things happen. Foreign bodies in the throat usually log around here at the entrance into the esophageal line, or what you would call the swallowing part of, or the digestive part of the system, and the airway. So as you may look in closer, the blue points indicate the airway. So this is part of the area where there is the larynx, or what we call the voice box. Foreign bodies may log there. This is the trachea, and all the way to the lungs. Okay, so when you look at the lungs, when I remove them from this cast, you may see these tubes getting smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller. So usually when it comes down as one single tube, and then it divides into two. So at that point where it divides into two, it goes into one lung and onto the other. That area is called the carina. Now, that space there is in the middle. So if a foreign body lodges there, it is blocking the entire lungs from accessing any air. So that is a recipe for disaster. Now, if it goes into one of either lungs, it goes through these tubes called the bronchioles. Okay. Now, as smaller as they get, that's the farthest the foreign body can go. So usually, in the attempt to remove that foreign body, a tube that we introduce through here during anesthesia or when a child is fully asleep, it goes all the way here to ascertain that there's no foreign body left. Okay, and then this might not clearly show where the esophagus is, but at this point you see the difference in color. This, we said, is the oropharynx, and that area, that bit that changes color, is what we call the esophagus. So it opens into the food tract, and foreign body can go all the way there up to this, which is the stomach. So sometimes a foreign body may not log into the tract that takes the food. It goes all the way into the stomach. It gets digested all the way into the bigger intestines, through the small intestines, the big ones, and it ends up outside through what we call fecal matter or waste. So foreign bodies sometimes get logged into those systems, but other times they come out in as the process of swallowing continues and process of digestion throughout into the fecal matter. And that's pretty much the description of what a foreign body would be in your body system. Thank you.
Okay, so dear viewers, we'll be back after the commercial break to take our experts, Dr. Etima and Dr. Umar, will take us through what you can do at home if you suspect someone is choking or someone has a foreign body lodged in any part of their throat or in the nose or in the mouth. Stay tuned.
You are watching the DocTalk Show.